Hello all, welcome back to Pabli Connects. In this video, we are going to understand how to add industrial supplies and machinery business IndiaMart inquiries in Google Sheets. So are you also using IndiaMart to sell your products online? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here, I'm doing the same. I'm running a business related to machineries and industrial supplies, and I use IndiaMart to sell my products online. So now to streamline my lead management process, what I want is that as soon as a new inquiry is received from my IndiaMart account, automatically the details of that inquiry should be added to my Google Sheets. For this, we are going to create a connection between IndiaMart and Google Sheets. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabli Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen.
Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to understand how to add industry supplies and machinery business IndiaMart inquiries to Google Sheets. So as you know that I manage industrial supplies and machinery business, and we receive a high volume of inquiries through IndiaMart. So to keep a track of all of these inquiries effectively, what I want is that as soon as we receive a new inquiry with the lead details, automatically the details of that inquiry and lead should be added right over here in my spreadsheet. Over here you can see the name, email, phone number and the inquiry message. So yes, this ensures that every inquiry is recorded in real time, making it easier for my sales team to manage the leads, follow up with the potential clients and track the status of each inquiry. So by automating this process, we save time on manual data entry and ensure no inquiry is missed, helping me improve our overall sales pipeline and customer response. So to do all of this, I have opened the landing page of Pabli by searching pabli.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabli, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And as soon as we're going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabli apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabli. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabli Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabli Connects account. And as soon as we're going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we have to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So on my dashboard, you can see the multiple folders which I've already created to save my workflows in. So if you wish to learn how to create a new folder or a subfolder, you can click on this hyperlink given right over here which says learn more. So I want to save this workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as add industry supplies and machinery business IndiaMart inquiries to Google Sheets. And then we are going to click on create, and as soon as we are going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And by this you can finally understand that the trigger commands the workflow and the actions are response towards that same command. And in order to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as IndiaMart because I want that as soon as a new inquiry is received from my IndiaMart account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So we are going to search for IndiaMart and then we are going to select IndiaMart right over here. And as soon as we are going to select our trigger application, it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So I want that as soon as a new lead is received, my workflow should start. So I'm going to select the same, and as soon as we're going to select it, it is giving me a webhook URL. So we're going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our IndiaMart account and our Pabli's workflow. So what we're going to do is first we are going to copy this webhook URL and then we are going to follow this help text, and it says log into your IndiaMart account, navigate to the lead manager section in the left tab. So we're going to follow the same. I'm going to open my IndiaMart account, and as you can see that this is my IndiaMart account. And now what we have to do is we have to go on the left side bar, and over here you can see lead manager. So we're going to go on this lead manager right from here, and then we're going to go on this three dots menu and then import export lead. And over here you can see push API. So we are going to open this push API right from here, and now it is asking me to select the source and the CRM platform name. So over here we are going to open our workflow again, and it is saying choose other in the select source option. So I'm going to select the source as other right over here, and as soon as we're going to select the source, it is asking me for the CRM platform name and the webbook listener URL. So here you can see that it is saying enter Pabbly Connect in the CRM platform name. So we have to enter Pabbly Connect right over here. So I'm going to enter it, and now it is asking me for the webbook listener URL. So we're going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow right over here. And after entering both of these details, I'm going to click on save details. And as soon as we're going to click on save details, it is asking me for the reason. Why do I wish to send these lead details to another application? So here you can select any of the reason. I'm going to select this reason which says I can easily assign leads to my sales team and manage their performance. And then we're going to click to generate OTP right over here. And now it has sent me an OTP. So I'm going to enter the OTP. And after entering this OTP, I'm going to click on submit. And as soon as we're going to click on submit, yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our IndiaMart account with our Pabbly's workflow. Over here, you can see our webbook URL. So yes, with this, we have successfully connected our account, but now it is saying waiting for a webbook response. And in the notes, it is saying do a test submission / record. So you have to do a test submission or record in order to capture a webbook response. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open my another IndiaMart account, and we are going to submit a dummy inquiry. So I'm going to open that account, and as you can see that this is my account. So over here I'm going to look for Magnet Brain Software, and as you can see Magnet Brain Software Technology Private Limited. So you have to select this right from here, and after selecting this, over here you can see Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to open this Pabbly Connect, and then we are going to click on contact supplier. So over here I'm going to submit a dummy inquiry. So it is asking me for the requirement details, so I'm going to keep it as interested in acquiring 10 industrial grade air compressors. Kindly share the product specifications, bulk pricing and shipping details. And then we're going to click on next, and now it is asking me for the GST number. So if you wish, you can definitely add a GST number right over here, but I don't wish to add so I'm going to click on submit. And as soon as we're going to click on submit, yes, it is saying thank you, your details have been sent to Magnet Brain Software Technology Private Limited. So yes, with this we have successfully sent our details, and with this we have successfully did the test submission too. And now what does this means is that IndiaMart has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response or not. So I'm going to close this window right from here, and we're going to look in our workflow. We are going to wait for a few seconds, and yes, you can see that we have received a response. Over here you can see the subject, the unique query ID, you can see the state, pin code, phone number and name. But you must be wondering that our subject was different, and over here we are going to scroll and look for all of the response. And as you can see over here is the query message, and this is the query message, but you must be wondering that this was not the message which we entered in our test submission. So over here I'm using a dummy IndiaMart account which is a test account. That's why I've received a default response. If you're using a live account, you're going to receive the details of the inquiry submitted only, but over here I'm using a test account. That's why I've received these details. So yes, with this we have successfully received our response, and we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what will happen is that as soon as we receive a new lead or a new query from my IndiaMart account, automatically Pabbly is going to capture the response and trigger the workflow. So with this, we are going to move on towards our action step. And now for my action application, we are going to select it as Google Sheets, because I want that as soon as the new details are received from my IndiaMart account, automatically that detail should be added in my Google Sheets. So I'm going to search for Google Sheets, and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as add new row. And then we are going to click on connect, and as soon as we are going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Sheets account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and then we are going to click on sign in with Google. And as soon as we are going to click on sign in with Google, it is going to ask me for my Gmail account. And after selecting my Gmail account, it is asking me for some permissions. So I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow Pabbly, save, and as soon as we are going to click on allow, yes, you can see authorization successful. So we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me to select my spreadsheet. So here you can see the name name of my spreadsheet is new leads and inquiries. So I'm going to select the same right over here, which is new leads and inquiries. And as soon as we're going to select our spreadsheet, it is going to ask me to select my sheet. So here you can see that I have only a single sheet in my spreadsheet. So we're going to select the same only. We are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the name, email, phone number and the inquiry received. So you must be wondering that these are the same details which I've entered right over here in my columns of Google Sheets. So yes, these are the same details and we are going to fill in this one by one. But we are not going to enter the details manually, but instead we are going to map it. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected IndiaMart as a trigger application. So we're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm going to give you an example that over here it is asking me for the name, right? So let's suppose that I'm going to enter the name right over here manually by typing it like this. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I have entered it manually. But if you're going to map this from the previous response, suppose I'm going to look for name in my previous response and as you can see Prabhat. So let's suppose that we're going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. So as you can see that I mapped only the first name because I have received only the first name as my test response. Again, I'll just let you know that I'm using a test IndiaMart application. That's why I've received a demo response or you can say a default response. But if you are using a live account, you're going to receive the details of your lead and the inquiry submitted. And now it is asking me for the email. So we're going to map the email to right over here. I'm going to look for email and as you can see the email. So we are going to map this sender's email. We are going to move on forward. It is saying phone number. So we're going to map the phone number to. I'm going to look for phone number and as you can see sender's phone number. So we are going to map this. We are going to move on forward. It is saying inquiry. So we are going to map the message to. I'm going to look for message right over here and as you can see the message. So we are going to map it. And after mapping all of these details, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as we are going to click on save and send test request right over here, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully added these details in our Google Sheets. So I'm going to open my Google Sheets and check for the details added. So I'm going to open my Google Sheets right from here and yes, you can see the details added. You can see the name, you can see the email, the phone number and the inquiry. So yes, with this we have successfully added the details in our Google Sheets. And again, I'll just let you know that I have received a dummy response or a default response right over here because I'm using a test IndiaMart account. So if you're using a live account, you're going to receive the live details of your lead. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow and I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. So for the trigger application, we selected IndiaMart. For the trigger event, we selected new leads. For the action application, we selected Google Sheets. And then for the action event, we selected add new row because I wanted that as soon as a new lead or a new inquiry is received from my IndiaMart account, automatically the details should be added in my Google Sheets. And yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here you can see the details we added during this video with the help of our workflow. And now we don't have to come back and again to our workflow and click on save and send test request every time. As soon as the new inquiry is received, automatically the details would be added in my Google Sheets. So I can sit back and relax. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.